typically what tends to happen in an adolescent program is that children start looking at the content as subjects rather than disciplinary thinking. And one of the key things that education should focus on is the ability to think around a discipline rather than just be content with facts and definitions and formulae. Life is actually full of these phenomena, right? And so much of it seems random. But the scientific temperament allows us to make sense of this seemingly random world. What is the word that stays alive or should stay alive?
Imaginary.
Sorry?
Imaginary.
Think about it. Give me one word. A word that might need to... So when we're looking at phenomena like gravity or like things that fly, how many have actually said this question that he asked, why is it the way it is? What is the starting point of any curiosity? Why is it the way it is? So what you will see is children encountering certain experiences that, the teachers have set up to actually activate that temperament and to also in a way retain that sense of wonder about life and everything that it offers. But also to recognize that so that we don't believe that the phenomenon life is happening because of magic, that there's a certain thinking that happens which is true to the scientific domain, that once that thinking is applied, we are more likely to make sense of information that we encounter. So we would like to see you apply these two skills. We've set up some stations. You can only go and trials from the one station to the other if you come up with an informed hypothesis. Making sense? We've got 3 different experiences and then there is a bonus. Pretty clear? The expectation is quite clear. You're going to be given a worksheet, each of you. One of the criteria of getting children to demonstrate understanding is for them to use the scientific temperament. So what you will see is children encountering what they believe is, of course, everyday sort of experiences, whether it is fungus on a t-shirt or what we've set up is just water in a thermos flask and grease on the hand. What children will be demonstrating is their understanding by using the scientific temperament of observation and formulating an initial hypothesis through what they will be experiencing.
We first use soap and then we added water over it. So one part of the molecule, it starts getting attached, it gets closer to the water, and the other part of the molecule, it gets close to the grease. And now the water, it's pulling everything away. So therefore the grease is being pulled away from the water.
Okay, we started the day, the experience wondering that science, or the scientific mind, allows us to make sense of why something is the way it is. First, I'd like to know from the observers.
I wanted to share that initially when they came to connecting to the sciences, if somebody has not taken that, I don't take biology, so. But then at the end we saw that the discussion was not around biology, chemistry, it was just coming together.
Was the cycle experiment only physics? No. Sorry.
No, there was chemistry also.
Right?
And biology.
Right? So do you believe that the sciences can actually work separately in terms of saying, okay, they have to be separate? There are certain driving principles of each. But do they encounter and interface with each other? Does it look like they all are part of the same thing? Yeah. What if we had shifted this whole thing into a lab and we created 4 or 5 stations in the lab? Tell me, Prem, would that have made any difference?
I think it helped us think more out of the box.
Okay.
Because I think if the same thing was done in the lab,
the
whole atmosphere would be different. And then you have a preconceived notion that this is going to be something serious.
Curiosity obviously is something that drives the scientific process and makes us think more about things that we see almost on a daily basis.
What big thing came out was to try to experiment with curiosity and the fact that scientific mind, the mind that encounters phenomena in life, tries to explain it. Otherwise, things seem random. That's why magic is so exciting. When we look at a magician at work, and we say, oh my God, how did he cut that woman into half, and how are her toes wiggling here, and how's her head over there? And a lot of the mind gets used to this kind of saying, okay, random stuff I can't explain, it's magic. Little children are told when it rains, it's magic. What does your mind say now? Chirag.
From where did he get?
From where did he get it? But
Magic.
so is it magic, Arvind?
Can't be.
It can't be. So somewhere your rational mind is saying it can't be. Can it be explained is what I ask you.
Can it be explained? Yes, it can.
It can.
It can.
That's a good starting point for a scientist to have. A scientist basically says, I can explain it. The scientific mind developed from the idea of saying that we can explain it.
When the cameraman zoomed in, they conveniently didn't show the table to the hand. T-shirt and one more black T-shirt over here, and like his hand is like this. So he's pulling it from this one, and then slowly it comes.
No, but look at the hand.
I think it's something that he slipped on. Okay.
How? We didn't see any of that.
I'll show you. Look.
We didn't see any of that.
No. Previously, it's always been there. We just never realized it.
Okay.
So now this thing's been inside it. So now it's basically part of the imprint on the inner side of the hand. Because it's inside a pouch. So you can't see
Look
it.
at the size of this.
And the way
When Chinmay closing the loop, they're highlighting their everything that they started with anticipation and the way they've been able to make sense using either the scientific temperament, using the vocabulary and the concepts of the scientific domain, and also I think sensing that sense of excitement that the wonder is an important aspect to keep alive as we go along in life.